Sean O'Malley has one job at UFC 316. Kill Merab Dvalishvili's pressure before it kills him. What a task that is. Easier said than done. But how does he do it? How does Sean O'Malley beat the indomitable pace that is Merab Dvalishvili? Merab's not really invincible, not by the farthest stretch of the imaginations, no, but Sean O'Malley's already showed, like, that's not an easy task for a fighter like him who didn't fight many wrestlers coming up through the UFC. He did not do that, and this fight is going to have to be one of those where Sean O'Malley is going to have to take full responsibility for the type of action he has. Because if you go back and watch that first fight with Merab Dvalishvili, Sean O'Malley fought brain dead. I mean, absolutely dreadful. This fight's going to have to be completely different if Sean O'Malley wants to win. He has no excuses. He cannot come up with no excuses. Oh, the lights made him miss. His coach said, the lights made him miss. Shut up. That was at UFC 300. They're talking about UFC Noche in the Sphere. UFC 306, not 300. Regardless. Like, the excuses are terrible. And Sean O'Malley's always been bad. When you think back to the Chito Vera fight where he's like, oh, it was a lucky kick. He got me, but it was lucky, and he didn't really knock me out. When, like, Vera got in his guard and, like, smashed him over the top with an elbow. Remember, he continued to be like, oh, undefeated still? Like, no, dude. That's not how this works. I will say, though, like, Sean O'Malley kind of has grown up a little bit with this, though. He's grown up, and it kind of reminds me of what's his name? Floyd Patterson. Y'all thought I was thinking about that? No. Iron and Bishop by Mike Tyson. Tyson tells the story of Cus D'Amato in this. Fantastic read. Cus didn't think that Floyd Patterson could beat Sonny Liston. Not then and not ever. He said that it just wasn't strategy. It was deep. It was a painful truth. And it was somebody that Floyd Patterson really respected. And, like, he really hurt Floyd Patterson with that. And we know what happened with Floyd Patterson. Like, he got mauled by Sonny Liston. In this book right here, it links in the description, by the way. In this book, he says, at the time, no, I did not think he could beat Sonny Liston. I did believe, and I told him that if you get rid of these distractions, talking about the women, the cars, all of that money and stuff, if you get rid of these distractions, influences, and get back to training and applying yourself, as you did previously, then you will fight Sonny Liston, not before. You see, Cus D'Amato didn't think Floyd Patterson could beat Sonny Liston. Not the way he was. Sean O'Malley couldn't beat Merab Dvalishvili as Sugar. This fight seems a lot different. No Instagram, no partying, no hair dye, no other things. You know, he said Sugar's dead. He wanted to be like Conor McGregor. He said, I realize I can't be that. So being distraction free is hyper important, and I do feel like Sean O'Malley has a better chance this time around to beat Merab. I don't know if he will. He constantly overextended on his punches and allowed Merab to get to the hips. Constantly. He had nothing for him once he got to the hips. You see, like, Merab's vicious. He pushes the pace a lot. And we saw him do some really sick foot sweeps against Umar, against Jose Aldo, against Cejudo. It's because he was forced to get to the second and third layers of his wrestling. Sean O'Malley didn't let him do that. So he's going to have to discourage Merab shooting in on the hips. Intercepting knee, uppercuts, high kicks, just, you know, you got to make sure, like, even if you do get, like, in on your legs, you're also going to have to, like, okay, let's bounce to the fence, let's get to the fence, let's walk up and make Merab's life hell. You have to hit the body, smash the body. I mean, we look back to, like, Jack Della Maddalena doing it to Bilal Muhammad just a couple weeks ago. If Sean O'Malley wasn't watching Jack Della Maddalena, literally, like, Bilal Muhammad's, like, pace, cardio, and takedowns. Very similar to Merab. Pillow hands. Like, very, very similar to Merab. He needs to be ready to lull Merab into making him fight sloppy and overextending to where Sean can pop him. Like Aljamain Sterling. Like he did with Aljamain Sterling. I somehow doubt that's going to happen. But he does. He needs to be ready to defend against the cage. I just don't know if he'll do it. But Sean O'Malley can. He has all the skill in the world to do so. I just don't know if he will. Is Merab at risk? That's the real question here. That's, everybody's really kind of like, oh, Merab's the best. He's moderately at risk, guys. He is moderately at risk to be knocked out here. He's been wobbled before. Saw him against Marlon Moraes. He was wobbled. And I think what really kind of makes Merab an interesting fight is that he brings a static game plan. He's going to fight Sean this time the same way he fought Aldo, same way he fought Cejudo, same way he fought Umar Nurmagomedov, same way he fought Sean O'Malley the first time. I'm putting the pace on you, I'm trying to get to you, and I'm trying to lean against you and get you to the ground. I'm going to beat you up, but I'm not going to brutalize you. That's how Merab fights. He's always fought like that. That's just his game. That is just his game. What concerns me about this is that Sean O'Malley is not as annoying and as obnoxious as he is. He's a smart fighter. If you don't think Sean O'Malley's coming in here with some adjustments to his game plan, you're out of your mind. Crazy. Sean O'Malley is going to come and change how he fights. It's going to be up to him. Now, to be fair, Merab was so confident after that first fight. Why should I have to change? It's always worked for me. Why should he have to change how he fights? He's beat 4 champions in a row. The hottest prospect, that's a Dagestani dynasty. And he's fighting another champion. Same as his last champion he fought. But still, So he's going to have to go out there and impose his will, kind of like Khabib does, kind of like Islam kind of does, like Khamzat Chimaev does. He's going to have to impose his own game plan, regardless of what Sean O'Malley brings. If the body kick comes, because Sean O'Malley got him with that kick up the middle at the end of the first fight, he's going to have to deal with that. Kick it to the side, throw it to the side, and shoot on the hips to get to the back. The longer this fight goes, though, it's plays into Merab's hands. But I think the fight's going to hinge on the very first thing Merab does. His success, as we mentioned earlier, was ducking in on the hips of Sean O'Malley. That's what he did. He ducked in on the hips. He didn't even have to go to the single leg or go to the foot sweeps that he's so good at. No, he didn't. All he had to do was just get to the leg. Once he got to the legs, it was great. So if I'm Merab Dvalishvili, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at how Sean O'Malley just accepted the takedowns and he just laid on his back the entire time. I'm watching that and I'm like, we got to put him back there. We got to put him back in that mindset of, oh, this is just like the first fight. We got to bring him back to that layer of hell that he was in. So what is he going to do? He accepts he doesn't get up. Merab needs to shoot immediately. I'm talking like Jorge Masvidal flying knee, but instead he's just spears him, bull, tackle him, man. Just to let Sean O'Malley know, hey, this is not going to be nice, it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be fun. Don't expect it to be. You're being drugged down and drowned tonight. And I hope you brought your floaties for your arms because it's not going to be fun. Kayla Harrison's time. It is. I mean, yeah, Juliana Pena is a champion, but she's a huge favorite in this fight. It's Kayla Harrison's time to shine. We've known for a very long time Kayla Harrison was coming to the UFC. Even after her last PFL contract, before she signed the one that she had to sign for last season, we knew she wanted to come to the UFC. She lost to Larissa Pacheco, and she finally made her way out. We've known what was coming with Kayla Harrison. An incredible fighter who's going to go out there and do everything she can to put on a championship level performance. And she's done that so far in her 2 fights in UFC with Holly Holm, who she just ran through. I mean, Holly Holm was washed at UFC 300, but regardless. And Ketlen Vieira, who was a bit different of a fight. Stylistically, Ketlen Vieira is a really hard fight for Kayla Harrison. People don't want to know this, but Ketlen Vieira, man, didn't she fight last weekend? Let me pull that up. Ketlen Vieira is a very good grappler, right? She is tough on the ground. Oh yeah, she just beat Macy Chassaw by laying on her. Exactly. See? Ketlen Vieira struggles when people are tough against her. But at the same time, like, man, even for like Kayla Harrison, she's hard. I don't think Juliana Pena beats Ketlen Vieira, and I don't think she beats Kayla Harrison. I just don't. And actually, tell you what, rewind right here. Let's go back to the last fight Kayla Harrison had, which was on the same card as Juliana Pena and Raquel Pennington. Let's see what I had to say here. The new bantamweight champion, Kayla Harrison. So again, I've known this for some time. Kayla Harrison's about to be the champion. And I have a feeling it's not going to be close. We know Juliana Pena is not good at wrestling. That's what Ketlen Vieira gave struggle. That's where Larissa Pacheco gave struggle to Kayla Harrison. And Juliana Pena is not going to be able to do that. You know, her claim to fame was beating Nunes. It was because Nunes was gassed and she was incredibly tough. Like Juliana Pena can stay in this fight a long time. She went out there and outgritted Raquel Pennington, who's like a notorious quitter and had a really good, fight that night. But Pena's not going to be able to stop the wrestling of Kayla Harrison if she wants to. My only concern is like Kayla Harrison's weight cut. How's this going to work? She used to fight at 155, fought at 145, and last two fights she's weighted in 136. So how's that extra pound going to hurt her? But, I don't see myself picking Juliana Pena in this. Like, it's kind of the most obvious fight on the card. Juliana Pena is getting a bunch of disrespect, though. I mean, a bunch because, she kind of deserves it. She called out Amanda Nunes after her win over Raquel Pennington, with Kayla Harrison winning on the same night, being explicitly made clear, hey, Amanda Nunes is retired. She's not coming back unless Kayla Harrison wins or you beat Kayla Harrison. Nunes has since said, yeah, I'm coming out of retirement. Fight the winner of this. I don't like that. Stay retired, Amanda. But a Kayla and Amanda Nunes fight's actually pretty cool. But like the fact that she didn't call out Kayla Harrison there, I know she wanted it to look like she was snubbing her, but really it just came off as like, hey, I don't want to fight Kayla Harrison. I'd rather fight Amanda Nunes, who I know I can beat, who I've beaten before. And like at this point, I think Juliana Pena might be able to beat Amanda Nunes again. Just coming off the couch, like Nunes is there, like, I don't want that fight again, no. But that said, though, like against Pennington, she had success with the takedowns that kind of wanted the fight in round 5. Not with Nunes though, and she won't with Harrison. Like it's just one of those things, man. Like I don't know if she has the skill set to deal with somebody quite like Kayla Harrison and what she's going to bring to the table. Maybe you could convince me, like, let me know what you think. Like, can she beat her? I don't think so, though. What else is on this card, guys? We'll fly through this because the two top fights are great. Can Kelvin Gastelum wrestle Joe Pyfer? We'll find that out. Joe Pyfer, who was his last loss? He lost to Hermanson. Remember, he couldn't get anything going there. So, Kelvin Gastelum, if he can drag it deep, that's great. But, like, 19-9, Gastelum lost to... He beat D-Rod last, got mauled by Sean Brady. That's just a Joe Pyfer hype train. They're hoping they see him knock out Kelvin Gastelum, the first person to do so. Mario Batista and Patchy Mix, boy, that's a fun fight. Patchy Mix, 20-1, one of the best fighters you'll see, making his way to the UFC. Luque and Kevin Holland, that's about appropriate of a fight. Joshua Van and Bruno Silva, this is decent. Bruno, he's good. Not Joshua Van good, but like Manel Kopp knocked him out. He's got decent striking, decent wrestling, but like Joshua Van should style on him. Azamat Mrazkanov versus Brison Ribeiro. Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Good gosh, thank God that's on the prelims. Chaos Williams and Andreas Gustafsson, that was supposed to be last week, but Gustafsson pulled out. Ariana Lipski, Da Silva, and Kong Wang. That's an interesting one. Lipski hits like a freaking truck, man. Queen of Violence, a great name. Kong Wang's not going to wrestle her, so that has potential to be like fireworks. Ju Sang Yu versus Jika Sardgi, okay. Quillen Scallion and Ashamu's, okay. Marquel Maderos and Mark Choinsky. I like Choinsky a little bit. He's pretty good, I think. Oh, he fought Anthony Pettis. This is his UFC debut. Goodness. Huh, interesting. Well, you know, this card, it's very top heavy. Let's be honest, it is. I'm going Merab. I think. No, I don't know. I'm still tossed up about that, but Kayla Harrison for sure. Fight Finders. I'm like getting ready, gearing up to go film episode 7, half of it this month. I'm excited to show you guys that. So go catch up on the playlist. It's right here where you can catch up and see exactly what the show's about. Let's go and explore the world of fighting sports.